You've been inducted into the Canadian Songwriters Hall of Fame, so how does it feel?
Since I can remember. The earliest things that I can remember is like when I was about 3, seeing a piano and never wanting to get up. And it became my Barbie dolls and my sports. It's just what I love to do. And I didn't have any teachers, so I just did it any way I wanted to. And I did the same things that every other little kid does. I made up stories and songs and stuff to dance to. And it was songwriting 101, although nobody would have said so. So after all these years, it's nice to have finally somebody says so. and SOCAN is honoring me. See, I really like songwriting, and so I honor SOCAN right back.
What is your inspiration behind songwriting?
Songs are really, really valuable, I think, and a lot of fun. And that's kind of the point with me, because I play music. I don't work at it. I play. I really enjoy it. I love it.
Your song, Universal Soldier, was inducted into the same Hall of Fame, but you had to buy the rights back to it. So how did that happen?
I was singing Universal Soldier. I went to London. I was singing it in London, so Donovan recorded it. So everybody thought he wrote it, because he is a writer and writes things of conscience, and every song that he sings is written by himself, except for 2. Universal Soldier, which I wrote, and Codine, which I wrote. So everybody assumed that Donovan wrote those 2, which were kind of hits for him. When I first wrote Universal Soldier and sang it in Greenwich Village, the Highwaymen were coming off a hit called Michael Row the Boat Ashore. It was like #1 all over the world, and they wanted to record Universal Soldier. Okay, I said, yeah, sure. And they said, well, who's the publisher? I had just gotten off stage. I had sat down with them at a table, a guy at the next table in this little club in Greenwich Village. I said, I don't have a publisher, and the guy in the table next said, well, I can help you. Sign here. So I gave away the rights to Universal Soldier for $1. And I was happy to do so. I didn't know anything about publishing. So it made just a fortune for somebody, but not for me. And so 10 years later, I had made enough money myself on other things so that I could buy it back. I bought back the rights to Universal Soldier for $25,000 I had to give the guy. So that's what I did, and I never gave away the rights to a song again.
And any advice for aspiring musicians?
The first time you hear applause, a lot of people get stuck right there. They say, oh, that's success, and they never learn another chord, and they never develop. There are so many of our Indigenous musicians who kind of are the same all the time. The songs are all in the same key, they're all in the same tempo, they're all in the same genre, and that's good, but they're never going to get outside of that. And if you want to reach a lot of people, it's really good to have a lot of musical ideas popping into your head, because you reach different people with different kinds of music, different genres of music. It's almost like different languages, or the same language with different accents. A lot of people in Paris can't understand a Quebecois accent, right? And people who took French in high school, like me, we may have learned how to speak one French, but we can't understand the other. And genres of music are kind of like that too. And almost everyone who is inexperienced in a genre of music says exactly the same thing. It all sounds the same, whether it's opera, country music, oh, it all sounds the same. Indigenous music, oh, it all sounds the same. Just sounds like screaming, right? So you get all these kind of wacky ideas. But I've been really, really happy in writing a lot of different styles of music, because I like a lot of styles of music. So that means I listen a lot before I open my mouth and say something.